Good morning. It is Monday, April the 20th, and I hope everybody had a good weekend and is ready to jump into yet another week of digital learning. So, we're first going to review what we did on Friday, and as you guys know, all of this is scanned and uploaded so that you can check your work and compare it to mine. But Friday, we had just a simple subtraction problem for your math warm up. And it looks a little bit like this. I'll show it to you so you can pause it, but it is also scanned. It was just a simple subtraction problem finding out how much more money Richard had than Jesse. So we know that Richard had $193.38, and we know that Jesse had $179.60. So if you take Richard's money and you subtract Jesse's, you find that Richard has $13.78 more than Jesse. Okay, so you can pause it there if you need, but it's scanned and uploaded. So that was Friday's warm-up, pretty straightforward. Friday's journal dealt with, we're talking about different types of jobs and the work that you do in different settings and what would work best for you. So we've talked about, do you learn better by watching others and seeing how a job is done? Do you do better by getting verbal instructions, like someone tells you how to do something? So Friday talked about, would you like to do a job that required you to do a lot of reading and writing? That might not be a very popular type of job for some of us, but just tell me why or why not. You know that if you post in the Google Classroom, that I will respond to you. You can also talk with your other classmates. And then finally, we had the quiz for Messenger, Chapter 9 quiz. So this is scanned and uploaded for you to review, but I'm going to go through the answers pretty quickly now. When you see this uploaded, you will also see where Amy took a pen and scribbled all over mine. So, it's always something. Question number 1. Matty was on his way to the market for A, bread, when he ran into the woman. So that answer was found on page 86. Question number 2. In talking to the woman, Matty calls Sear C, his father. And that answer was on page 87. So number 1 is A. Number 2 is C. Number 3, the woman's son is named C, Vladik, and that was page 87. So 3 is C. Question number 4, the woman thinks that she should B, return home to be with her little ones. Remember, she couldn't decide if she should stay or leave or what was going to happen to her little kids, or if she left, if she'd be able to come back. But number 4 is B, and that's on page 88. Question number 5. Matty cannot vote at the meeting because he does not have B, his true name. He's still waiting on Leader to give him his true name. So 5 is B, and that's on page 89. Question number 6. Matty buys bread from B, Jean. It's on page 89. So 6 is B. 7, together Matty and Jean recite a famous speech by A, Macduff. Number 7 is A, Macduff, and that's on page 90. And finally, question number 8, as he talks to Jean, Matty feels a sense of A, doom, and that's on page 91. That's how the chapter ends. I'm going to have chapter 10 hopefully read and uploaded today. If not today, it will definitely be by tomorrow, Tuesday, so that you have a few days to listen to it before the quiz on Friday. Okay, so now we're going to do today's math warm-up, and I already kind of jotted some notes down on here, so I'll hold it up and show you. But this is the warm-up for today. And this is just a simple one-step addition problem, but we're using really big money values. So this is important that you line up your decimals and make sure that you're keeping all of that straight so that you don't get confused. So let's see. Jack earned $158.39 from selling items at a garage sale. He already had $1,491.35 in his account. Good for Jack. How much money does he have now? So, your math warm-up is just going to look like this. Remember to line everything up, but you are simply taking the amount that he had, $1,491.35, and then you're going to add the money that he made from his garage sale. So he made $158.39. Add those two together, but remember to keep your numbers lined up. So the hundreds with the hundreds, 10 with the tens, 1 with the ones, and the decimals in line so that you don't get your values confused. So it's going to be a big number, but you can use a calculator if needed, and just remember that this will be uploaded to check tomorrow. Okay, so just one step addition. And then the journal for today is going along the same lines as the one that we've been doing, talking about the way that you work best. So I will read it to you. It looks like this. I will read it to you, and then I will tell you kind of the simplified version of how it's going to be on Google Classroom so that you can compare, or you can discuss with others your feelings on the subject and share why certain things would work for you or why they wouldn't. Okay, so Monday, April the 20th, 2020. What types of careers do you think would be beneficial for someone who learns by moving around and processing knowledge, and or by being physical or experiencing a task by using their hands? Would a kinesthetic type career be something that you would ever consider for your future? Why or why not? So basically that question is just wants to find out, would you like a job that has a lot of hands-on work? So do you want to use your hands? Do you want to move around? Do you want, to really, that's what kinesthetic means, is that you want to be touching things and have your hands moving and working while you are on a job site. Okay, so would that work for you? Why or why not? And you can go to the Google Classroom and share your thoughts there, and we can talk about it. All right, finally, today, Monday, Wednesdays, we do interview skills. So today talks about writing a business letter. So if you go to the tab in your binder that talks about interview skills, you can go back and find where it says the business letter. So we've done some of this in class before. We've talked, and some of you have written actual cover letters for applications that you've dropped off at Publix and things like that. So I kind of want you to practice doing that again. I'm going to read these tips and instructions, and then you are going to write me a business letter, okay, through your email using this format. So business letters are used for many things. They tell employers a little bit about you when job hunting. They explain a problem, ask for help or services, say thank you, or provide a compliment. And they also describe how to move forward. So that's typically why a business letter is written. So when you write yours to me, I want you to tell me why you are the best for a certain job. Okay, so just pretend like I am a manager at Publix or at some place where you'd like to be employed, and just tell me why you're the best person for that job. Many business letters follow a form. In the next few pages, you will follow a simple business form to write your own business letter. However, for this workbook, all your assignments should be real world. That is, each assignment should answer a real situation you are having in life. Did your new shoes fall apart? Write a complaint letter. Did the guy at the skate shop give you a free decal? Write a thank you letter. As you study the form on the next page, think about some interaction you've had lately and use the templates to write a business letter about it. Okay, so we're going to use the example of we're trying to get a job, possibly at that new Publix or somewhere else that you have an interest, Kroger, creative wear, maybe something completely different. But you're going to use the tips here to write and practice writing a letter like that to me. Okay, so you always want to keep it neat when you're writing a business letter. One page typed on white paper with black ink. You don't want to use like a bunch of colors and make it look, you know, it just needs to be simple. It doesn't need to have decorations or a bunch of, crazy fonts. So you need to use a standard font, use a standard size, and then the given format. So the first paragraph is an introduction. It's the reason for your letter. The second paragraph is the meat. That's where you explain the situation or the problem or ask a question. Okay, and then paragraph 3 is a polite ending. You might say, if you have any questions or thank you for your help, that type of thing. So double check. You always want to spell check. If you're not sure which spelling to use, check with a dictionary or ask someone to review it for you. You don't want to say bin, like bin, which is like a trash bin, when you mean bin, BEEN, which is like I have been interested in doing this job or whatever. So just make sure you're using the correct form of words when you are sending a professional letter or any letter. And use your grammar check. The next page is a sample letter. This is kind of what it should look like. And then the next page kind of breaks it down even more for you. I'm going to read the sample letter for you, and then we'll go from there. So at the top it has the student's name and address. They also have the date, and then the name and address of who they're sending this letter to, and then the subject, what this is concerning. So this is going to be a letter that talks about these shoes that were defective. So, dear Mr. Schmo, last Thursday I visited your store and bought a pair of the super great athletic shoes for $69. I returned those shoes to you with this letter as they are falling apart. As you can see, the stitching is coming undone and the tongue is completely detached. I don't believe that this should be happening after just a few days, especially when the shoes were that expensive. I'd like to get a refund for these shoes, or if that is not possible, please give me a store credit to cover the entire cost of the shoes. I've included my receipt for your use in this. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Sincerely, Sammy, student. Okay, so this person was mad about these shoes. I get it, but they wrote this letter in a very polite way with a solution on how to fix it and make it right. So if you are ever writing a complaint letter, nobody appreciates or really listens to a complaint if you don't propose a solution. So you want to be a problem solver, not just a complainer. Okay, so use this example, write me a letter. It can be about why you're such a great employee and why I should hire you or that type of thing. The next page has the format for writing this, but you can use examples that we've done in class before. Some of you probably have some saved in Google Docs already, and you can just alter it a little bit. So that wraps up the assignment for today. You can pause, rewind, review. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email or get on Google Classroom and we can discuss them, and be on the lookout for Chapter 10. So that is it, a interruption-free 15-minute lesson. If you have trouble, let me know, but I will talk to you soon. I love you all.